It was the 16th of June, and for some odd reason, I just felt really somnolent. I tried everything I could to optimize my health. My diet was on track. I was taking supplements like vitamin D. I was getting at least 8 hours of sleep every single day. So there was zero reason for me to feel this tired, but I was going throughout my school day, and genuinely, I'll tell you this, it was the first time in my entire life that I had fell asleep in class. So obviously there was something wrong and I just couldn't put my finger on it. It kept plaguing me. I couldn't think. I couldn't really pay attention to my classes. I was too tired, despite having a good night's rest, despite going to the gym daily, despite eating good foods, and I didn't know what was going on. So during lunchtime, I was thinking, okay, what have I done throughout the day that maybe would have made me feel tired? Because I'm a very retrospective person. I quite like looking back at the things I've done and analysing them. So I was looking back, okay, well, I woke up quite annoyed because I didn't get any dreams, so I couldn't dream journal. What else? Well, this happened and that happened, and apparently hay fever medicine makes you feel a little drowsy, so maybe that made me feel tired. I was thinking of all of these things, and I came to one conclusion after looking throughout my entire day. It was simply that I was in this negative feedback loop that I had completely ignored, which is very surprising, honestly. I would never do that now. I was thinking, I set the intention for myself to try and be more social, because I was researching, I was watching some YouTube videos, I heard about being social, how it's good for your mental health and how it's good for actually making friends, all of this basic stuff. So I set the intention, okay, I was already really social like 1 year ago, so let's just do it again. And somehow, I had completely forgot about all of the social guidelines and rules that I set for myself to go from social autist to social sad. And I just completely jumped to going from not talking to anyone for a while, I kind of fell off of it doing other things, to immediately trying to talk to everyone and be this social guy, which I wasn't prepared for. So when I jumped into it, oh, this is someone I want to talk to. But I was too nervous to talk to them because I didn't even practice or warm up. And I do have all of these lists of things that you can do to help yourself be social. I'm currently creating a course for it, so stay tuned for that. It'll be done by this month. And I was looking at ways that I can try and be more social. Then I realized, wait a second, instead of trying to just talk to everyone and be the social guy that I haven't been in over a year, how about, rather than doing that, I just say hello to people. When I see someone on the street, I just say good morning or I just say hello and call it a day. At least that's something. That's better than being at absolute zero, right? So I tried that. I was going back to school, I was saying hello to some girl walking a dog. I said hello to some grandma or something. And that kind of gave me this positive outlook on what I was doing. I wasn't beating myself up, because a negative feedback loop is essentially you try and do something like talk to people, you fail to talk to people because you aren't prepared, and then you beat yourself up saying, I should have talked to them, why did I do that, I'm such an idiot. And then because you're in this negative state of mind, you try and talk to someone again, but it's even harder now because not only are you anxious and a bit nervous to do so, but you're also very negative and you have this like aura of negativity shrouding you. So it's even harder to do so. So you're more likely to fail again and beat yourself up more. And it's just this never-ending cycle that persists and constantly haunts you. So I broke out of this simply by starting at like 0 kg, just doing bench press with no weight, saying hello to people on the street. And because I did that, it was just so much more easy to get into this flow of talking to people, because I had already began from just saying hello to people. and I was having this kind of positive aura now. I wasn't negative. I wasn't like closed. I'm so mad. I was open. I was like, I can talk to people. I've just done it. I did it a year ago as well. It's possible. Start from rep 0 if you want to break a negative feedback loop. And also, once you realize that you're in a negative feedback loop, what you need to do to break it and get out of the never-ending trap is to just have a different outlook on it. Rather than thinking, I didn't do it, I'm such a failure, I'm such an idiot. Rather than doing that, which is extremely stupid because it makes it harder to actually do the thing you want to do, rather than doing that, how about you just say, I failed. How about I go with a lighter weight? Because, I went to the gym for the first time and I tried to do 200 kg, when maybe it would have been a better idea to just, start off with the barbell and then maybe add 5 kg on each side and then maybe add 20 kg and work myself up continuously until finally, wow, I can do 200 kg bench press. So that's how you break out of a negative feedback loop. Change your outlook on it. Don't just go from 0 to 100. Don't just go from don't just go from playing video games every single day to completely quitting it in a single day and then being mad when you end up relapsing and playing it again, because that's almost impossible. You need to slowly ease yourself in to quitting the video games and getting the good habits done, right? You can't just go from playing video games every day to completely quitting them. You kind of need to play video games every day and then maybe reduce the amount of hours you play them, or maybe try and say, I'll only play them every day besides Sunday, and then slowly reduce, okay, now I'll only play it every weekday and then no Friday either. And before you know it, you don't even play video games anymore. You need to work yourself up. And that applies to almost everything. This fundamental rule of life is called progressive overload. It's a gym term, but it works with everything. So just remember this. Whenever you find yourself trying to do something that you've never done before, ask yourself if you're progressively overloading. If you try and implement a new habit into your life, ask yourself, wait a second, can I really stay consistent with this new habit? Nah. I probably can't, because, on the days where I really can't be bothered and I really don't want to do it, I think I'm just going to completely forget about it. How about I make this habit easier so I can be consistent with it? See how that change of mindset is more likely to keep you consistent, so you don't get into this negative feedback loop where you beat yourself up and you just feel negative and depressed, and it makes it harder to do anything, and then the other aspects of your life diminish. So, moral of this video, don't be an idiot. Don't go from doing 0 kg and never being at the gym before to doing 1,000,000 kg. It's stupid. You need to work yourself up, and that applies to every aspect of your life. It's called progressive overload. Do that, and it'll be so much more easy to get into new habits and change your life entirely. Hope this helps. Remember, consistency is over a lifetime. Bye-bye.